But the way she started the race, she just destroyed. I thought it was going to be close, but she destroyed the field. And as if she got an extra energy because of her sister not there. She ran for her sister. So for me, that was the highlight for me today in the sprint.
And yes, and certainly, Coach, will be able to look at that race in depth and analyze our performance. But didn't it bring your mind back to 2017 with Kavona Davis also experiencing a similar hiccup in the 100-meter final as well, the disqualification for her? It's quite unfortunate from Edwin Allen's perspective.
Simon, this is one team. This is the luckiest team I've seen around Edwin Allen. They made the most mistakes at this championship, and they are still able to win. They have thrown away so many points already, and they are going to win. So the other schools, they need to do something because they can't have Edwin Allen throwing away points like that, and they're still winning. It happens every year. In their in the past 7 winning, they have every first day they tend to make mistakes. In 2-3 days, they made so many mistakes. Today again, we saw them. They were clear cut to win the 1500 meter class 3 and 1, nothing. Yeah, and the opening day, they got 2 fast start in the class 4 hurdles, nothing. And we saw today again. And then Tia lost at least 7 points. They have thrown away 50 points and they're still gonna win. So the other school need to do something because they can't allow one team to be making so many mistakes and they are not benefiting.
Edwin Allen certainly have a sizable lead, and we'll get to that later in the show. Coach, there's been mixed views about the false start rule. Some say that these are kids and we really should put it one side, and you have another set of fans or stakeholders that say, well, rules are rules. Where do you stand in that spectrum? Do you agree with the one false start rule? Should it be 2, or should we abandon it for high school athletes?
No, Simon. Rules, once it's an IF rule, it must remain because these same athletes, remember Usain Bolt first start at the World Championship. He was disqualified. So we can't have one rule for our athlete and then when they go overseas, it's not going to change. So we have to live with it. We have to learn to stay in our blocks. But my concern sometimes with someone, the starters, they are inconsistent because sometimes I think they are saying to themselves, it depends on who are the people in the race because most of the time, they say for the start. I remember recently at a J3 qualifying meet, I saw a blatant fast start from a particular athlete, and they did not take him out of the race. They took somebody else out of the race. So once our officials are fair and they are consistent, I have no problem with it. And if an athlete from a no-name school fast start and a big-name school, it doesn't matter. Once you break the rule, you should penalize because when we go on an international circuit, we do not get blind, as I call it. So we have to just stick to the rule. And I don't want to hear that change the rule locally. We must conform to it. If we do that, it wouldn't look good on international circuit. People will say in Jamaica, we're cheap. So I don't have a problem with the rule.
And you maintain this view even for the 10-year-olds, 12 years old, 13 years old in class 4 for girls and 3 for boys, even at that level?
Yes, people are watching. This is a big meet. This is the most watched high school meet in the world. People are watching, and if doesn't matter. Once you're at the championship, you can have rules for class 4 and different rules for the upper classes. All the rules must remain the same. We just have to teach them. As the coaches, we have to let them know that this is the rule. If you fast start, you're gonna be disqualified. So we just have to stay in their head and let them know. So we can't do that. It will look good for Jamaica and the international scene.
All right, let's head into the 1500 meters. Quite shortly, we'll take a look at the footage from the girls' class 1 and boys' class 1 of the 1500. But before we do that, Coach, your thoughts about the class 3 event. Firstly, on the girls' side, Homo Technical taking the Quinella there, Andreen Peart and Cindy Rose and Sashana Johnson of Edwin Allen coming third in that event. Any surprises there? The Homewood, the Edwin Allen battle in the middle distance events, any surprises?
Yes, it's a surprise. Because Edwin Allen came to Edwin Allen girl, they were favorite to win. Homo Technical, they had a very slow start in their preparation. They started their preparation in mid-January. And they were able to come and they won the steeplechase, which was a surprise. And it shows that they were running the farm. And when I saw the Obo technical athletes going in front, I said, no, no problem, because they have done nothing, especially for the season so far. If you look at the Central Champ result, Edwin Allen has dominated the middle distance. But they went in, I think, they used to dominate the middle distance race before Edwin Allen. And what they did today was a big, but this is a championship, and this is Edwin Allen, so I'm not surprised in a way that this happened.
And we've seen in these events, in particular, the 800, the 15, the 2000 steeplechase, and other events where schools from outside the urban area getting the majority of the points, first and third, or first and second, first and fourth. What would you say is the reason for this, coach? Is it the coaching of the middle distance in those parts of the islands? Is it the quality of the athletes that are being produced? What is it down to in these areas, in the schools outside of the corporate area?
Everything comes out together. The coaches and the central area, based on their climatic condition there, you'll find at the hills, the Edwin Allen, the Homewood, the Sparling, the Manchester High, they do well because of their hilly terrain and the condition. So that does help. And if you realize, when you look in the finals, if you have 8 finals, at least 6 or 7, we see Sparling doing very well of late. And they are not a big name school, but they are from the era. So I think the era where they are from has something to do with it, plus the coaches. You have to give, you can't have athletes and don't have good coaches. Not because you are from Central. You have to say, oh, you're from Central, you're going to win. The coaches must be doing something good. So, and Central team, the very technical, the Ormwood, the Ednalin, those schools are known to produce outstanding middle distance from far. You remember the Turner sisters, this comes from way back. And we see Ormwood doing it, now we see Ednalin, and we see Sparling. So it has to do with everything, add up what you said earlier.
Yes, certainly credit to the work that Michael Dyke and company has been doing at Edwin Allen, and before him at Homo Technical, Maurice Wilson, when he was in charge of the girls program there. In the boys equivalent class 3, Jamaica College laying down the gauntlet in a sense. Tyrone Lawson, 4 minutes 16.71 for the win. In addition to Charahan Connolly of Magatia in second position, JC coming first and fourth in this in particular, with Rashid Price fourth in 4 minutes 31.32, and Rashawn Johnson of Calabar in third position in this race. Coach, yesterday when we were wrapping up, we were talking about JC and, you know, the school from Old Hope Road making their ascendancy going into day 3, and we're starting to see that right now, not only in the field events but also on the track as well. And starting with this 1500 meter race, JC starting to gather a little bit of momentum heading into the last 2 days.
I wouldn't say a big momentum. That class 3 1500, I think they would have, I feel that they would have been higher, 1 and 2 or 1 and 3, but you have to give credit Magate Connolly. He has been doing very well from the West. I figure he would have been in the running, but not a medal. And I like to see when the athletes from these schools, lesser known schools, do well. They help to build a program for their school. You have to give JC credit. They started out well, and then no any chance they have to win this championship, they had to score high. They were expected to get 15, they got 13. So kudos to them. And I think the class here set the pace for them in the middle distance. Although we see where in the class 2, they won 2, but they were a big upset in the class 3. I think Blake, they allow all from Edwin Allen to dictate the pace. And I think Blake, he ran a very strange race. He was in the 4th, 5th, and he was not making a move. And when he decided to make a move, it was too late. He even lost. He didn't even get a medal. His teammate got a medal. So I think, again, Central Jamaica, Siobhan Hall is from Edwin Allen. So we see where these athletes, when it comes to this big moment, and the Belfield, the Homewood, the Edwin Allen, they will strike and it matters. But that was a big upset. That has been the biggest upset for me for the day so far.
Let's head over to class 2 of the 1500 meter girls. Rakisha Sims of Edwin Allen High won that event 4 minutes 36.62. So Yvette Turner's 28-year-old record survives that of 4 minutes 32.10, set back in 1993 from Very Technical. Jodie Ann Mitchell of Homewood Technical, second in that event, 4 minutes 42.69. Shawnee Walters of St. Mary High, 4 minutes 43.60. Coach, we spoke about how the central schools and the western schools have been in this event. So what about on the other element in terms of the corporate area schools? What do they have to do? We're going to get to some footage quite shortly of the Class 1 1500 meters, but now looking at the Class 2 event. In terms of the corporate area schools, Coach, what was it that they would have to do to start to compete for the podium finishes in these events?
I used to coach in the corporate area, and I had the same issue. The athletes in the corporate area, they do not, you see, they are from Kingston, where you have they are more the sporting type. They will go and run a 100 meter, they'll go and run a sprint hurdle, those events. They are not the middle distance side. The people in the country, they go to the shop. They have to run, sometimes they run to the shop, and they have to travel, some have to walk to school. They are always running. So you find that the athletes, the students from rural Jamaica, they tend to do better in the middle distance, while in the corporate area, I can't remember if I can recall any athlete from the corporate area doing well, female doing well in the distance. They do not like it. They do not like it. So it's gonna be hard for them to really adapt to that. Like they see them, when they think of, they say, oh, the Edwin Allen, the Ormwood, they're scared. So they want to do the sprint. And if you look at the results in the other short events, they do well there. It's a fear and also kind of lifestyle. It is different from the rural area. Rural area people, they walk to the shop, they walk to the bus stop. In the corporate area, it's about taking the bus, your parents taking you to school, and those things. So they do not have that kind of mindset to say train for a long distance. They don't see it as a event that is important. They want to run fast. That's all.
Let's see what the future holds for the corporate area schools in the middle distance moving forward. Switching now over to Class 2 boys in the 1500 meters. Jamaica College, like we mentioned in Class 3 earlier, with Frew and Bygrave, the Quinella for JC just racking up the points here. Alex Taylor of San Diego in third, 4 minutes 14.60. Darnell Edwards of KC, 4 minutes 15.01. And also Jaquan Coke, also of KC, in 4 minutes 19.26. So JC, San Diego, Kingston College, Wolmer's boys, St. Elizabeth Technical and Edwin Allen getting some points there in the Class 2 of the 1500 meters. What we're going to do now, we're going to switch our attention to the Class 1 girls 1500 meters. We're going to play you the footage of the ending part of that race where we had a Quinella from the school from Monk Street, yes, San Diego High School, and afterwards we're going to recap that performance.
And the gap now closing between Plummer and Alicia Douglas from St. Diego. She comes into the straightaway. Sansia Smith. Class 1 girls 1500 meter final. Sansia Smith leads Alicia Douglas. St. Diego chasing girls champs title. Can get 1-2 here. Sansia Smith will certainly get first. Alicia Douglas in second. The battle is on for third between Chris and Plummer and the fast finishing McLean. McLean comes through for third. St. Diego 1-2 in Class 2 boys. We saw 16 points for Jamaica College, 16 now for St. Diego.
Jess McLean taken off by the medical team. Her teammate McLean salvages more points on her own for the team, and atop it, St. Diego.
So Sansia Smith of San Diego winning that event, 4 minutes 44.24, and her teammate and captain of San Diego girls, Alicia Douglas, 4 minutes 49.20. Perhaps a surprise to many, Jessica McLean, who we've seen at previous classes done so well. She finished third for Edwin Allen, 4 minutes 49.68. And her teammate, Roshana Dwyer, not even finishing the race. Coach, any surprises here? Because we're in the past in classes 3 and 2, we're normally seeing Jessica McLean, Roshana Dwyer. If it's not 1-2 or 1-3, they're getting points one way or the other. But for Edwin Allen in this event, it's only 6 points in the bag.
Roshana Dwyer has been the top girl this year, class 1, in the 1500 meter. Both St. Diego girls at the Central Championship. Once there's no Dwyer, it would have been a battle between the St. Diego girls. Sansia Smith at the Central Championship, she had some problem and with 2 athletes, and she stopped. And based on the form coming into championship, Santia Smith was number 2 and Alisa Douglas was number 3. And once they were always better than Jessica McLean. It's not the same Jessica McLean we have seen since our class 3 days. The 2 St. Diego girls, St. Diego has shown a big improvement in their middle distance program. And these 2, they were number 2 and 3. And once though I stopped in that race, it would have been a St. Diego Quinella. I think Jessica did well to at least give her school some points and a medal. But the only surprise was that Doya did not finish the race. But no surprise that the St. Diego girls were able to do well because they have been consistent all season.
And Coach, we also had an interview with Alicia Douglas after that race. That was the captain of St. Diego, who finished second. And she said, St. Diego, they're going to push Edwin Allen all the way this year. Do St. Diego have any chance of dethroning the defending champions?
No, Simon. Because today, despite Edwin Allen dropping so many points, St. Diego, they have dropped a lot of points. Based on my calculation, today, I had St. Diego to be at 176.
Okay.
Edwin Allen and 93. This is my projection.
Right.
Edwin Allen is not far off, despite dropping points. They are 184. But St. Diego is on 158. So St. Diego has dropped nearly 20 points. And when you look at the events coming in tomorrow, and on the final day, Edwin Allen, they have more at least. They are deeper. So I spoke to the coach and I said, what happened? St. Diego dropped too many points in the first 2 days. That was the problem. If St. Diego had kept their form well and not dropping points, I would have been saying something different today. But they dropped. It's the same position like Edwin Allen. Edwin Allen can afford to drop points because they are deep and still win. St. Diego cannot do that. St. Diego needed a perfect championship. When looking at an Edwin Allen team, take for example, they dropped points in the 1500 meter, but guess what? They came second in the javelin. They were not expected to score, but they came second in the javelin. So they are dropping points in their events that they dominated, but yet they are getting points in events that they're not expected to score. They also did so in the first day in the class 2 hurdle. So they are dropping points, but they are picking up points. While St. Diego not picking up the points elsewhere. They're just dropping the points.
We now head over to the Class 1 boys 1500 meters, and many people are wondering, is it going to be Aaron Tanui? Is it going to be Javon Blake? Is it going to be Giovanni Henry? Is it going to be Keroy Vincent, who has all titles, Class 3, 2, and 1? No. We had a different winner. Let's have a look at that race, and you'll see the surprise.
But he's right there. Siobhan Hall being challenged now by Tanui. Aaron Tanui heads to the front. They're motoring on that back stretch. Tell you what, that could be mistaken for the final 100 meter. Venza starting to stretch those long legs. Siobhan Hall continues to lead. Tanui to his right of his shoulder. Javon Blake now starting to step forward for Jamaica College from 4th. Can he close the gap? Siobhan Hall with the lead. Tanui, Vincent trying to get back at these two. Siobhan Hall from Edwin Allen looks as if he's going to steal the Class 1 1500 meters. Javon Blake starting to come to 3rd. Vincent slows down, stops. Siobhan Hall gets it. Aaron Tanui of Kingston College gets 2nd, and Javon Blake gets 3rd.
That's why you're on the races. Champs not run on paper. Siobhan Hall goes out hard, eases down, saves something for the finish, and when the kickers came, he kicked with them 151 800 speed now, and he takes it home for Edwin Allen. No hat trick for JC, no hat trick for Calabar. The gold medal goes back to Frankfield and Siobhan Hall.
Shavani, a lot of people watching this race were thinking, has he gone out too hard, too early? What was your strategy coming in?
Well, strategy is once I go on the box stretch, well, I know that I'm going to win once I hit the box stretch.
Oh, why were you that confident? You had a lot of...
Miss, once me go out and start lead, I know that the race finish.
Not intimidated at all by the other top athletes at Jamaica Colleges, Benson from Calabar and all of that. What was your coach saying to you that gave you this confidence?
Miss, well, I never think I was going to win. Because in spite of injury and stuff, like I out for one month and stuff.
So that was Siobhan Hall of Edwin Allen, 3 minutes 59.70, and also Aaron Tanui of Kingston College in second, 3 minutes 59.86. Third went to Handel Ruban of JC Jamaica College, 4 minutes 01.48. Coach, I felt that the record would stand. Certainly, it did stand, but to have a race under 4 minutes, it certainly showed its competitiveness. And credit to Hall to be able to get that victory.
Yeah, but the first two, they went under 4 minutes, which is very good. And you have to give credit to Hall. He went out and he dictated the pace of the race. He was a brave man. And I think he was fearless. Because when you look at it, and that's the problem. Blake and company allow him to take control of the race from the beginning. As I said earlier, Blake ran a strange race. I thought he figured that people in the front would have come back. And I'm kind of concerned, this is not the same Benson we saw in 2019 and earlier last year when the champ was winning. Benson would have run past these athletes. We saw what he has done at the character game. We saw him at champs 2 years ago. And it showed even at the steeplechase when he lost. It's not the same Benson. As Benson form would have won this race, but we have to give credit to the Edna athlete. He put the race on them early, and he dictated the pace, and he just run away. Although Tanu came, he held off Tanu, which was very good. And I think, as I said earlier, it shows what happened in Central Jamaica. These athletes from that era, they know how to run middle distance race. This is their bread and butter.
Indeed, and we continue with the dominance from Frankfield. This time in the Class 2 girls 100-meter final, we know about Shalise Clark, we know about Kevona Davis. Well, another young lady has added her name to that history in terms of Class 2 champions. Let's have a look at that race.
Oh!
Wow. And look, you can tell Tina is more upset than anyone else. That's Tia Clayton walking away.
Oh, wow. Don't like to see this happen to any athlete at any level of track and field, well, of track.
Oh, no. Look at Tina. Tina looks like she needs to regain her composure. She is more disturbed, Sharon.
Yes.
But I think she's certainly going to win.
Oh, no. Is she
do
crying?
Sister.
I think
Yes,
she's certainly going to
crying.
win now. She's going to win.
Wow, this is tough. Tia Clayton has had a tough season. Had a niggle missed 2 months of action and now disqualified in the grand finale.
You're going
This
into the
sport can be brutal.
going into the block, Spencer, with tears in her eyes.
Set. Off they go. Fabulous start by Tina Clayton. Hill from Heidel has some catching up to do. Tina Clayton steps away from the opposition. Steps away from Hill and the rest. The Class 3 champion from 2 years ago is now the Class 2.
So that was Tina Clayton of Edwin Allen, 11.38, taking that victory, joining her name into history of Edwin Allen champions in this event. Kevona Davis, Shalise Clark as well. Karika Hill was second of Heidel. Heidel actually coming second and third in this one, with Alana Reid in third. Alexis James of Petersfield in fourth. Michaela Halesley of Immaculate fifth. Shante Price of St. Mary High in sixth position. Cabell Ritchie of St. Catherine High in seventh. And Tia Clayton, as we made mention, coach, was qualified for a false start. What we're going to do now, we're going to look at the Class 1 girls 100-meter final. Let's have a look at that race and also the winner.
Set position, sent away cleanly. Good start from Shanice Walker. Good start from Brandy Hall of Edwin Allen. Look at Sashika Steele, she's left behind. Can she get back to Brandy Hall? I do not think so. Brandy Hall dismisses them from start to finish. Edwin Allen takes it. Defending champions.
So, Christania Williams, 2014. Patrice Moody, 2016. Kashika...
I do not think so. Brandy Hall dismisses them from start to finish. Edwin Allen takes it. Defending champions.
So, Christania Williams, 2014. Patrice Moody, 2016. Kashika Cameron, 2018. And now 2021, Brandy Hall, Edwin Allen, 11.72. She is the champion. Coach, your thoughts about her performance and Edwin Allen's continued dominance in this event?
First, before we talk about let me go back into the Class 2. Tina, she ran 11.38 in a minus 2.1. She has become the second fastest ever Class 2. Only her former teammate, Kevin Davis, with 11.16 has gone faster. Edwin Allen has shown that they are also not only middle distance girls, they are sprinters. Every year within the Class 1. And I remember Tina Antia will be Class 1 next year. It's a dynasty. And I think they thrive on this. So it's good. Coach Dyke has been doing great work in the sprinting. And and if you realize that's why their relay teams are so fast. So this trend is going to continue for a long, long while based on what they have coming up.
All right, and we're going to wrap up quite shortly, but before that, let's have a look at the Blue Ribbon event, the Class 1 boys 100 meters, where Calabar's three-peat ended. Not Oblique Seville, not Tyreek Wilson, not Michael Stevens, but Sachin Dennis of St. Elizabeth Technical.
Set position, bang, sent away. Sachin Dennis gets a brilliant start. Look at Antonio Watson left behind, but look on the inside. Buaji and Kruby of KC. As sold in a march, it's Dennis who comes back and gets it. Sachin Dennis of Kingston College holds his composure, and it is Dennis the Menace. St. Elizabeth Technical.
Sachin Dennis, the first St. Elizabeth Technical athlete since Nigel Ellis in 2016 to be the 100-meter champion. Sachin Dennis, Class 3, Class 2, and now Class 1. Well done to the young man. Coach, we're going to be wrapping up quite shortly. Heading into day 4 tomorrow, we have the 800 meters, the 400, the 200 meters. Which event in particular are you looking forward to the most as we wrap up day 3 review?
Tomorrow, I think the 400, right?
One lap
we
event.
are 400 tomorrow. Is that so?
Correct, yes.
Right. I'm looking forward to those events because I've not seen the young lady from Rossi's and the track as yet. So I want to see her, Alia Francis. So yes. I'm hoping that will be one of the highlight events tomorrow. The guys also in the 400 meter, we are looking forward to that. So we my event is I like the quarter mile, the 1 lap around the field. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, there are some good field events going on tomorrow also. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow. We'll definitely tell you where the championship is going. It is. I think tomorrow we have the 400 meter hurdles. Tomorrow.
400 meter hurdles, correct? Yes, 400 meter hurdles.
I'm looking forward to the Class 1 400 meter hurdle. The race with Javier Brownoff, he ran 51.06. And it's at Bembridge of Calabar, Archer of Excelsior. That's the race I want to see. That's the race I'm looking forward to.
Coach Raymond Casey Graham, thank you very much for joining us once again for our finish line preview, review, analysis of Champs 2021. Thank you very much to all of you as tuning in as well. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget as well to tune in tomorrow, Friday at